We have to think about economic empowerment, okay? It doesn't mean anything that your bus system is desegregated if you can't afford to ride the bus. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's Tieesha, and I know I should have brought my tripod, but I just wanted to come down here to the water and talk about my birthday and the significance of December 1st. So I just read that yesterday Rosa Parks was honored in Montgomery, Alabama with her own statue. So if you don't know who Rosa Parks is, I want to bring you up to speed. Rosa Parks was known for kicking off the Montgomery bus boycott. After that, it started a boycott of African Americans from riding the bus in Montgomery, Alabama for I believe 380 days. I wanted to talk about that because just because Rosa Parks sat on the bus and that sparked, a boycott, it symbolized for me unity, and she was not able to do that by herself. It took the participation and the collaboration of all African Americans in Montgomery to make that a success. However, just because Rosa Parks sat on that bus does not mean you have to sit on your ass. And no disrespect to Rosa Parks, okay? But I noticed that African Americans who get notoriety for sparking off change, yes, it happened non-violently, and I'm not to advocate violence or anything like that. No, I'm just saying that sometimes when you're faced with a certain battle, you have to put the work in behind it, okay? You can't just sit and endure. Just like with Nat Turner, just because he was a Bible reading man and a preacher does not mean that he sat and waited for Jesus to come and break him and everybody else from the horrors of slavery, okay? So I want to let you know that. So don't just think that you just sit down or be on your knees or just pray and something's going to happen. No, it takes work. When I think about the boycott, I'm not crapping on the ancestors or in Montgomery or anything like that, because they did what they had to do for that time. But now that we have that blueprint that our ancestors laid for us, we have to parlay that into power. The transit system in Montgomery, Alabama, that's what Rosa Parks did. And I'm like so scared right now because I'm like standing on top of the water. So I'm like holding on so I don't like think I'm on the sidewalk and I fall in the water, because I really don't want to do that. But yeah, when I look at examples like I know how we used to say we call the mega bus and things like that, the Chinese bus. We have to think about economic empowerment, okay? It doesn't mean anything that your bus system is desegregated if you can't afford to ride the bus. You know what I'm saying? At that time, resources may have been limited, or we all know about the sabotage of black businesses by the Klan and stuff like that, and they had very little protection, especially in Alabama. I drove through that area, and Montgomery has a lynching museum that I want to visit. Think of the power that we have, the spending power that we have, if we could get together and purchase just one bus per city, or I know that Sister Art Kathy, make sure you subscribe to her channel and visit her platforms. She has partnered up with pilots in Atlanta so that we can have private plane service at affordable prices, and it's black owned. That is remarkable. So these things that are being put into place and put there for our economic and social economic empowerment are there. We just have to support it. We have to use our social media wisely, okay, so that we can share the accomplishments and the businesses that we have that are bringing services. We have this issue with black women being vulnerable and kidnapped and things like that. I took it upon myself to reflect on my military and my law enforcement background and develop a self-defense brand, okay? So make sure you head over to my website, TIEESHAEssex.com. There's more great products coming, because we have so many assets in our community. We are a brilliant brilliant people, and we have great networks. And I'm speaking to African Americans, okay, because that's where I come from, that's who I am. But I want to also acknowledge those who are not African American, who have contributed to our success. Just because Rosa Parks sat does not mean that you have to as well, okay? You got to get up and put some action behind it, and you have to use, I guess, alchemy, you know, and take a thought that you have, put some power behind it, and bring it into a physical thing, okay? Produce with it, inspire our children, and let's move forward. So I just want to leave you with that. That's December 1st. Today is December 2nd. Let me know what you think about this. Also, there was a speech by, I'm nervous standing right there, speech by Malcolm X called "The Ballot or the Bullet." And specifically, Malcolm X stated, you know, you can't just have a sit-in. You can't just sit down and not put the effort and the work behind it, okay? Malcolm X even said it, when you old, when you elderly, you sit down. But you know, if you got some power and some muscle behind you, a sit-in and sitting down and getting on your knees and being idle is not it. You gotta put some power behind it. All right, I hope you enjoyed this quick video. I'm out here filming with my camera rig. Got my mic, got my light, so I'm trying to do big things. I should have brought my tripod out here, so that's what I will do next time. I will bring out my tripod. So I hope you enjoyed this view. And I also came out here too because it made no sense for me to talk about not sitting down when I'm sitting down. So I came out here and visited the lake and got some walking time in. So I hope you enjoy. It gets dark here pretty early. It's not even 5 o'clock yet, and it's getting dark. So I hope you enjoy, and I will see you on the next video.